Welcome back. Today I'll be talking about the Nitecore HC65 UHE headlamp, the first headlamp I'll be talking about on this channel. Let's check it out. And this is everything the Nitecore HC65 UHE comes with. Take a look at the box there. Lumens and Runtime information on the back. Comes with a Type-C to Type-C charging cable. In this bag, it comes with the strap that goes over the top of your head. It also comes with a very nice case that holds everything. That's a nice touch. Some warranty information, the user manual, and of course, the headlamp itself. Now let's throw all this off to the side over here, and I'll give you guys a nice close-up of this new headlamp here from Nitecore. And you might be asking yourself why I decided to finally cover a headlamp on this channel. Well, this headlamp has 2,000 lumens and 222 meters of throw. So I thought, why the heck not? Let's start with this bad boy right here. And take a look at this head strap it comes with. This is pretty comfortable, actually. So it's a really nice adjustable head strap it comes with. But I'm gonna take this off of this mounting bracket right here. I turned it on by accident, just so we can get a better look at the light itself. Actually, let me bring back that mounting bracket so you guys can see what that looks like. And if you decide to go with that top head strap, it just sticks in right there, and that little hole goes right over the top. But let me give you guys a nice close-up here. You can check out those 8 LEDs. Those are 8 UHE LEDs right there, capable of 2,000 lumens and 222 meters of throw. It also has 3 different modes. A primary white light, where you'll get that maximum 2,000 lumens. A less bright auxiliary white that's more of a 4,500 Kelvin, so it's a little bit warmer than the white light, which is 6,000 Kelvin. And it has a red light mode. There's also 2 special modes, SOS and beacon, but I'll talk about that when I go over the UI. Everything is controlled with 2 buttons right here on the top, a power button and a mode button. There's a single textured rubberized button on the top for those 2 switches. The battery is over here, so let me give you guys and look at this battery. It is the Nitecore NL1840HP 4000 milliamp hour rechargeable lithium ion battery. And it's a 10 amp battery, as you can see right there, and it's a button top. Now, Nitecore recommends that you use this exact 18650 to power this headlamp, or you can use any 18650, just as long as it's a button top and it has a discharge of over 8 amps. So button top 18650s under 8 amps, not recommended, or 18650s with a flat top. On the inside of the cap, you can see it does have a spring. Inside there though, there is no spring. It's just flat on the inside. If I can give you a look right down there. There we go. And this can be charged with the included USB Type-C charging cable, and the USB Type-C charging port is right there on the other side. And that is protected with a rubber flap, so no dust or anything gets inside there. I like it. And speaking of nothing getting in there, this is rated IP68. Plus, it has an impact resistance of 2 meters, so it should be able to take any accidental drops fairly well, as long as it's nothing crazy like you're dropping this off a roof or something. And let's talk about this body here. This is an aluminum body with a Type 3 hard anodized finish, very typical of Nitecore. I've always been a fan of Nitecore bodies, just very high quality aluminum, and that Type 3 hard anodized finish will help against any unwanted scratches, just normal everyday scratches. Also, it has a 4 LED battery life indicator. So over here on the side, and to see it, just tap that mode button over there when the flashlight is off, and you can see just a quick look. 4 LEDs, each LED basically represents 25%, so I'm at 100% here. So let's measure this real quick. So it's 3.50 inches for the length, and in millimeters, that is 88.8 millimeters. And at its thickest point right there, that is 1.32 inches, and in millimeters, that is 33.6 millimeters. So let's plop this on the scale, give it a quick weigh. I'm weighing it with the battery in there. It's 4.2 ounces, and in grams, it's 120 grams. So it's not the lightest headlamp in the world, but it's not too crazy. But other than that, there's really nothing else to go over on the body here. So let's start talking about the lumens and runtime. The primary white light has 4 different modes: mid, high, higher, and turbo. Mid is 100 lumens with a 31-hour runtime. High is 400 lumens with a 14-hour runtime. Higher is 1200 lumens with a 5-hour runtime. And turbo, 2000 lumens with a 2-hour runtime. But you can see for yourself the beam distance and the candela right there. The max candela here is 12,293 candela. And now the auxiliary white light. There's only 2 levels, ultra low and low. Ultra low is 8 lumens and low is 40 lumens. Now, like I said, that is going to be a little bit warmer than the primary white light. The auxiliary white light is about 4,500 Kelvin, and the primary white light is 6,000 Kelvin. So it's not going to be a super warm light, but it's going to be a lot warmer than that primary white light. And on top of that, it's going to have a nice evenly spread beam. So there's not going to be a hot spot or anything like that, which I'm a big fan of. I've been complaining lately at flashlights that have lower lumen levels that have this really intense hot spot. So when I'm trying to read something up close, I want a nice evenly spread beam. And Nitecore did that here with this auxiliary white light. And I'll show you what I'm talking about when I go outside and do the beam test. And now the auxiliary red light, 2 brightness levels, low and high. Low is 5 lumens, high is 15 lumens, and a slow flashing 15 lumen mode. And they also included 2 special modes, SOS and beacon, both 1300 lumens, which, yeah, I'm good with that. I like to see a high lumen beacon and SOS. What's the point of having those special modes if nobody's going to see them? So now let's talk about the UI. The UI has a slight learning curve to it, but it's nothing crazy. 2 buttons on the top, power button and the mode button. To turn on the headlamp, what you want to do is long press that power button, turns it on. And to turn it off, same thing, long press, turns it off. To reach ultra low, what you want to do from off, double press. That is an 8 lumen ultra low. But the ultra low is the auxiliary white light, not the primary white light. And to reach the 2000 lumen turbo from on, double press the power button, and there is the 2000 lumen turbo, which is very, very bright, but it activates all 8 of those emitters. And that is the primary white light. You can see the 6,000 Kelvin color temperature right there on my desk. And while the flashlight is on, to cycle the brightness levels, just short press that power button and it cycles mid, high, and higher. And those are your 3 cyclable modes from your primary white light. And now let's cycle through the modes here. Long press to turn it on and just short press the mode button over there and you'll cycle the 3 different modes. So there's the white light, there's the auxiliary white light, and then the auxiliary red light. Let's go back to the auxiliary white light. There's only 2 modes. Go back over to the power button, short press. There is ultra low and a 40 lumen low. And now you can see what I'm talking about with that nice evenly spread beam right there on that auxiliary white light. I think it looks really nice. And to reach the red light, just press the mode button again. There's the red, it starts in low, short press the power button to high, and then short press it again for the flashing red mode. And from any state, double press that mode button to reach the special mode. So there is your SOS, 1300 lumens, very bright. And to reach the beacon, instead of hitting the mode button again, you have to short press the power button over there, and there is beacon. So you see what I'm saying? It has a slight learning curve to it, but it's nothing too crazy. So let's stop that flashing right there. Once you press that power button, it goes right back to SOS. Long press to turn it off. Now it's time for my not so scientific heat and turbo test. Here I let the headlamp run for 2 minutes on turbo, and then I take its temperature after 1 minute and then after 2 minutes. After 1 minute, it was about 105 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's not too crazy. After 2 minutes, it rose to about 111 degrees Fahrenheit. The nice thing about a headlamp is you don't have to hold it. It's on your head. And most of the time for someone like me, it's over a hat. So these temperatures aren't too crazy. And regarding that turbo step down, I'm holding the thermal camera when I'm doing this test. So I can't really pay attention to that. So when I'm doing the edit, I'll scrub through and see exactly when it started to step down and when it ended that step down within those 2 minutes. All right, let's check out this beam. So I'm going to start on the primary white light, press and hold. And that is low. And check that out, guys. Right there, you can see those 2 eyes staring back at me right there. Yeah, the deer are back. That is awesome. So I don't want to blind those guys too much. There's a couple over there too. And I have to get used to this because usually I'm holding the flashlight. This is on my head right now. It's on my hat. Wow, those eyes are bright. Look at that. It's almost like another flashlight staring right back at me. But this is low. And then tap. Sorry, I was on mid because they start on mid. This is high. And I'll put up a distance between me and that barn right there. And then me and that tree. Okay. And that is higher. Okay. So this is, oh man, there's a good shot of that deer right there. Yep. We get a lot of them around here. If you guys watch my channel a lot, I say it all the time. They live right there in those shrubs. But I'm going to let him go do his business. But man, this is crazy. Look how bright this light is. And if I point it at the ground, you can just see that beam profile there. There's a slight hot spot in this primary white light mode. And fairly floody too. I'm holding the camera still, just moving my head back and forth. Very, very nice. And then let's double click to turbo here. Double click. Boom. Wow. Okay, I'm easily hitting that barn over there. Let's see if I can see those trees. Oh yeah. So guys, if you're out in the woods at night, you can see this will easily light your way. I mean, this is a very impressive headlamp. Part of the reason why I wanted to do this video. But that is awesome. So let's turn that off. And let's long press that again, trying to get this UI right. And we hold this. Now, if I go to the mode button over here, so press the mode button once, and this takes me to the auxiliary modes. That is an 8 lumen ultra low right there. And you can see the brim of my hat. So I'm going to turn that up a little bit. 8 lumen ultra low, press that, and there's a 40 lumen low mode in that auxiliary. You can see that color temperature difference right away too. So let me turn it around. As you can see, turn it off. I'll turn it right back on so you can see the difference. There's what I see. Turn it right back on. So a very nice evenly spread in that auxiliary light right there, that warm 4500 Kelvin light. Very nice. Now let's try that red light mode. Like I said, this is a learning curve, slight learning curve to this UI. So there's the low red. You're not going to get a lot of exposure here. And there's the high red light mode. Not bad. Not terrible. And then the flashing. I guess you would use this for emergencies. This red light mode. But let's go back to the low. High, that red mode. All right, very, very nice. So let's go to another location here. So what are my final thoughts here? It's a great headlamp, very, very bright, almost too bright for most situations. I think that 400 lumen high is going to be perfect for most people. It is for me. I'm just going to consider their 400 lumen high as their medium. I mean, it starts at mid, then goes high, higher, turbo. Normally it would be low, medium, high, turbo. I mean, Nitecore, really, but let's move on. I think the quality here is great. Typical Nitecore stuff. 5-year warranty. The IP68 dust and waterproof is excellent. The 18650 battery is included and the Type-C charging port right there on the side. So what don't I like about this? Well, there's a few things. First off, 4.1 ounces, it is a little bit heavy. I know I said it's not too crazy, but it's a lot heavier than most headlamps. So I think I'm gonna put that in the negatives category. Yes, a lot of that weight is that 18650 battery, and that's where all the power comes from for those 2000 lumens and all the great runtimes, but it's still slightly heavy. And my last negative is the UI. It is a bit tricky to navigate through. Like I said, it's nothing crazy, but it is a little bit tricky to navigate through when you're comparing it to a flashlight, even a Nitecore flashlight UI. So I'm gonna put that in my negatives category. Other than that, I think this is a fantastic headlamp. If you've been looking for a headlamp that is extremely bright, great run times, and has a replaceable 18650 battery, take a look at this guy right here. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What do you think of the Nitecore HC65 UHE? It's right around 90 bucks. So if you want to check this out for yourself, I will have links down below in my description box. But if you did enjoy this video, please give me that thumbs up. Please subscribe and go.